All right, let's dive into this next amazing segment. Tips by Dennis. Some or many of you have maybe interacted or spoken with Dennis, who is on the customer success side and helping customers with pre-sales questions. And Dennis, there's no doubt, let me unmute your microphone here, that you've heard over 1,000,001 questions from potential customers and existing customers. So we wanted to get some tips and ideas for success from you here, Dennis. So welcome to the webinar.
Hey, Jason, thanks so much. It's great to be here again the second time. It's always a fun time to be a part of them or just to watch and listen in. So it's been some great tips today. And yeah, definitely. I've heard 1,000,001 questions, 1,000,001 different ways. And it's great. It's always fun to hear a challenging question. And, you know, a lot of the time, BD has a lot of those things or can make it work. That's what's really neat about what we do here. So, you know, I'll start with the first three helpful articles that I've seen. These are ones that, with these articles, why I picked these are ones that are good to reference, good to, even if you're a brand new person or if you're someone who's already been working on your site, or if you're showing BD to a potential client or just want to brush up on more information. So they're very versatile. The first one is probably the most popular one, 25 Secrets for a Successful Directory Website. Now, if you take a look at this, they really just start at the top there and they go down. I mean, you'll see some of the best ones here are like picking a simple company name, choosing a domain name that's catchy. It should be easy to remember, not confusing, right? Number three, like, you know, picking a slogan. You know, these are just great tips for anybody with any online website, but we focus them towards having a directory site. So take a look at these. We'll put the links here in the chat there for questions. Yep. I think this is a good one to brush up. Thanks, David. This is a good one to brush up on at any time. Bookmark this, share it with your friends. You know, I like that last one. It's really good. Don't be stubborn. You know, it's good to be open-minded, accept criticism constructively, and be nimble and adjust as needed. A lot of people worry in the beginning of launching their website that if they don't know everything in the beginning, that's it. They can't make a change or an edit. It's stuck as a rock. And, you know, just it says right here, be nimble, make changes as needed, and don't worry about it. You can always upgrade and change things as you go along and as you grow.
What I like about this list is some of it is practical, like using high quality images, and a lot of it is emotional or cerebral, like don't let others bring you down. Because, you know, again, it's when you're working on your own, you got to keep yourself motivated. And so there's some really good tips in here, both for practical and emotional motivation.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely. Let's see the second one, 5 ways to close more sales. Take a look at this and then we'll jump onto the other one. So this is a great one here. This was actually pulled out from, let me just see, here it is. Yeah, 5 ways to close more sales. This was actually pulled out from a segment of the webinar Wednesday 38. It was recorded over a year ago, and it still stands to be a great webinar to reference back. You know, so these 5 steps are: number 1, defining a problem and a pain point. Number 2, explain a solution to relieve the problem. 3, having an unbeatable offer, and also, you know, having a guarantee on your product that you're offering to people. And number 4, a sense of urgency and limited supply. And number 5, clear steps and a simple call to action of what people are looking for and what they get. So this is a great one to reference to, especially if you're constructing a business model or just wanted to sharpen the edge of your sword with your sales pitch. I would definitely reference back to this. You know, it came from one of the webinars. I get a lot of good feedback when I share this one.
What I like about this one, Dennis, is it's basically how to craft a good offer. And what's helpful about this one is you can do this for your pre-launch. So if you're still setting up your site or figuring out what you're going to do, you can still use these strategies in your pre-launch. And even after you launch, when you're making offer number 2 and 3 to people who are already members and subscribers of your tribe, you can figure out new ways to create offers. And if you just follow kind of the strategies to create those irresistible offers, it's a foolproof way to get people interested, excited, and to increase conversions as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
All right, and you chose a third article here that you thought would be helpful. Five ways free members can add value to a site, right? And not all sites have free memberships, but for those who do, this was a good article.
Yeah, you're definitely right. You know what, actually, this one, I got to give a shout out to the editor on this one. It was actually Patrick Brunel was the author and editor from, you know, Project Pat. He's been on many of the webinars, so you can take a look at this, and, you know, he had some good tips on this one. And thankfully, I've been able to use this one a lot as a great asset. So when you're looking at this one, 5 reasons why free members should sign up and what adds value. Like Jason said, not every site is going to have free members. Some people use that as a strategy to get just a population on their website or to kind of release the tension of paying for things as they're first joining or getting their idea off the ground. Obviously, like the first one here, it tells you, your membership database will populate faster just by building a population, having people in your site when they do a search. If you don't start with a list of people already, if you don't pre-populate your site, you can upgrade those free people at a later time. So obviously, once you have somebody in there that has joined for free, you get an email address, you get a phone number, you have so many opportunities to be able to upsell or sell that person products or services. So you have that person as a potential client and customer. And number 3 is, free members that they also help advertise your directory. They could either be sharing it on social media, they could just be telling their friends, or they're just helping your site build its popularity as well. So that's a great one there, great point. Number 4, free members create content and make your website active. So free members, either whether you allow them to post blog articles, videos, have photo albums, post ads, post classifieds, they're creating content for your website that's unique. Google really loves that, and the search engines do, because it's real content being created on your website, and that actually is good for your members as well. It makes them excited to use it when they have those type of products available. And number 5, if they're not with you, they're going to your competitor. It's good to have that option. If this is the case, if you're in this target here, if they're not going with you, they're going to other options. There is a lot of definitely options, and every industry is going to be different. So if you have a free option available for them to either even do a free trial or just a try out a free listing for a month, free trial is an add-on that we have that makes it easy for people to join. They may go to other options. So it's good to have something available for people to test it out and see what it's like to join your website.
And one more comment. It might not be that they're signing up as a free searchable member on your directory, but perhaps you can have free ways where people can subscribe to your product or service, whether it's through the newsletter, from a general user account that's not searchable on the website. So just building your list through methods that allow people to register their email for free. It could be in exchange for an ebook or some type of lead magnet. We've also talked about that in previous webinars. Anything where you're trading their email address for free in exchange for access or information, those are also valid ways to build your list and gain free members or free subscribers.
Right on. You're right.
All right, so those are awesome articles. I shared all of them in the chat here, in the GoToWebinar chat, so you should have received those 3 links. And then Dennis, you also talked to a lot of people, and when people are starting their sites, obviously getting the site online, and if you want to stand up your site and publish it as quickly as possible so Google can start indexing it. But you've mentioned to me and to other people 3 tools to help stay in touch with any prospective members, especially in the early stages of launching. So what are these 3 tools that you've selected for us here?
Yeah, the 3 top tools that I've selected here are, number 1, a free Google Voice number. We have some more information on how you can acquire that. Google Voice, we'll pull that up. I believe it's a wiki, or you can go to Google Voice right there. Basically, Google, if you create a free Gmail account, you then automatically have access to create a free VoIP number. And what that means is you have a free phone number that you can use domestically. They do it different for every country. A free phone number that you can use to receive and make phone calls and also send text messages, receive voicemails. A lot of people want to keep their lifestyle or just their life, business, and personal separate. So this is a great way to do that. So when a call is coming in, that it's coming in for business. And this works remotely over Wi-Fi. They also have an app, and it's free to start using it. There is some paid subscriptions through them that you can look into, but to use this and get a number that you can add to your website to be your business number is completely free. And I know a lot of people are using it, a lot of clients and customers that have mentioned it, and people like it because it goes right to your inbox with any messages, text messages, or missed calls.
And what's also cool is, so you have your mobile number, your personal number. You can set up your Google Voice for business, and when people call it, it'll ring your cell phone, your personal cell phone. But if you miss the call, this is the best part. It's going to play the voicemail greeting from your Google Voice, the business side, rather than your personal voicemail. So people can contact you on your mobile device, your personal one, but if you miss that call, they'll get the voicemail for the business. So you don't need to pay for an alternate business line, especially when you're first getting set up.
Yeah, I think this is a great starter tool to really keep on a slim budget, to keep things really low for you when you're first getting going, because it's so easy to use too.
So that's for phone calls. What's Calendly for scheduling, and why would that be important to a website owner?
This Calendly is a great tool, okay, for scheduling, and they actually are free to start using them. They have a completely free option. They also have a paid option. What Calendly does is it connects you and someone who's looking to schedule a time or book a call with you from any side of the world. We use this all the time here ourselves, a similar type of tools. I have a lot of clients that have been using it, people who are consultants, people who are professionals, that they take a lot of phone calls and they want to be able to organize their day. What Calendly allows you to do, and if Jason, if you want to go to my Calendly, brilliantdentist.com, I've actually just forwarded a URL to go there, so it can just be easy for people. They give you a free link, but you can just forward a URL to their page. And what this does is now someone can go to my page, they can see the times that are available, and they can click a time and book a call. It even handles the time zone that they come from via their IP address. If you scroll down, you can see like Pacific time zone. And what it'll do is it'll send a reminder for that person who's booking a call of the available times, and it'll send a reminder to the owner of the calendar to call that person. It even does text message reminders. You can have additional guests and emails. You can put their name, info in there. So it really prepares you for the call, and it sends reminders. You can set, the dates of how soon you want the reminders to be. And you'll see that this will save a lot of time in going back and forth trying to find a time that works for someone. We know everyone's busy. They have other calls and things going on, and this will definitely be a tool that saves a lot of time to book those calls with each other.
And there's a lot of free tools to schedule and make appointments. Even Google Calendar has it. What I like about Calendly is it's you can customize it. You can change these fields that you're asking information. It really does have that. Even their free plan has that really high level professional touch when you're trying to schedule or book a time. And then also the reminders. So it'll add it to their calendar and your calendar, and it'll automatically send reminders based on the settings that Dennis or you set up for your Calendly account. And most important with this, there is a free option that comes with plenty of features. And what you should do as a new website owner, or you're just starting your community, people will have questions. It could be advertisers, it could be prospective members, and it's a great way to put out a lifeline for them to reach out to you and increase the chances of converting them to a paid sign up, because you've simply opened the lines of communication with this extra level here.
Right on. And one other thing is it's very secure. It goes straight to your Gmail, so people really appreciate that as well.
Nice. I love this calendar here. You've set these times up here of your availability, right, Dennis?
Yeah, I selected the availability that works best. You can do it for different days or different time zones. You can block days that you're not available. So it really gives you some good structure there to be able to follow. So you can kind of tell people like, hey, this is the times, go ahead and select it here. You can even text message people your link, and they can do it over mobile, which is super helpful.
And then last thing, Dennis, you've controlled what the names or topics of the meetings are. So in this case, you called it friendly phone Q&A. Someone could call it like free membership consultation or whatever makes sense for their industry.
That's right. Yeah, that'd be a great idea, like free listing setup, right? So it could be any of those different types of names.
Love it. Because lots of versatility here if you start getting very creative. And the last tool you thought was helpful to stay in touch is actually one of the BD add-ons, the Facebook website chat.
Oh yeah, the website chat is a very, very popular one. So the Facebook website chat, what that's going to allow people to do is obviously have a Facebook website chat right on their homepage. And what this will do for you and your members is you're really going to build a connection and a trust with people who are visiting your site, especially if you're new. When you're new building your website, you want to talk to as many people as possible, get feedback, get answer questions about how it all works, and basically be there for the people, right? So this will give your website a pulse. It'll also show that you have an online presence in other places just in your site. It goes directly to your Facebook, so you can see also where they're chatting from, who's chatting with you. It also works in the apps, right, in the Pages Manager. So it's a great way and easy tool to be able to communicate with the people visiting your website.
I think the highest value for this is actually two things. One, you can connect with people on Facebook after they chat with you, because obviously they're chatting from their Facebook profile when they're on your site. And number two is you can take it on the go for you, because Facebook has the Messenger app that you can put on your phone. So as long as you're not asleep in your bed, you can just look at your phone. It's just like getting a text message, and you can be chatting with people who have questions about your product or service or community right there in real time.
Sorry to cut in real quick, but we're getting some questions about Calendly, so I just wanted to mention those real quick. Calendly actually does have the ability to be embedded into your website. So if you didn't want to email your calendar link to your members or your potential members, you can always embed your calendar right on your site, maybe on a static page somewhere, and then people can schedule a meeting with you that way.
That's awesome. Yeah, that makes it really easy.
Awesome. Looks like they have documentation on that. I'll also I've been copying and pasting all these links into the chat here for everyone. So I'll just call this one a Calendly embed tool.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's actually really nice. Like maybe on your on your contact us page, on your BD website, you have a contact us page. You can add this embed tool so people can schedule times with you right there as well.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Dennis, thank you so much. The articles are awesome. The tools are super helpful. I love that there's those free options there, especially for people getting started. So thanks for taking the time to join us, and can't wait for you to join us in the next webinar.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Have a great one, guys.
All right. Well, we heard it there from the master. There's no one else that talks to more directory and community website owners than Dennis. I know that as a fact, and it's great to have Dennis here on our team and on the webinars for sure. So thanks a lot, Dennis.